Hola, buenas tardes.
Buenas tardes, Oli.
¿Qué tal, Amparo? How are you?
I'm fine. I'm keeping at home, stay at home, like the other people around the world. No, at the moment.
Very good. Okay, nice to see you again here on Zoom, on these Zoom interviews. And thank you for the interview that we made together on Instagram Live a few weeks ago, right? Now
Yeah.
it's my turn to put the questions, if you allow me, if you let me. And welcome to Travel Chat by OLiTravel.
Thank you, Oli, to invite me to this interview. It was a pleasure for me. Sure.
Great. So for the beginning, please, Amparo, introduce yourself, please.
Okay, my name is Amparo. I'm from Valencia originally. I was born here into Spain and study at the University History of Art. We have a degree of History of Art, and also we have a special master degree because now I'm working like a local guide and a teacher at the university.
Great. How did you become a tourist guide? What or who gave you the idea to become a tourist guide or a tour guide?
Okay, I love the history, I love the art, I love teaching. And for me, the experience like a guide is like teaching, but not inside a classroom, outside. Because to explain the monument, to explain the museums and everything, it's really the same. You think that in the last time I remember for my life like a special guide, but I remember the last exam of my degree at university was in 2006, and the same day I start to work in tourism. Why? Because in Valencia, right, the most important events, the America's Cup, and this event attracts a lot of tourists. And in this moment, they need people who explain in different languages the city. I finished the degree. I don't have nothing to do. And at that moment, they asked me, do you want to work? Yes, of course. Why not? In tourism, why not? And then start to work.
So my next question would be, did you got immediately after graduating this university, did you got a tourist guide license, or if you needed to make it extra, when did you got your tourist guide, when did you got it, your tourist guide license?
Yes, exactly. Suddenly, when I finished my exam, I start to work in tourism. But a local guide, when I gave the special accreditation, the license,
Guías
was
de España.
2 years later. I finished my degree in 2006, and I have a license in 2008. Why? Because I saw on the internet, and they have the exam. You have to pass the exam if you want to become a local guide. And why not? I could study. I have the exam about the gastronomy, geography, tourism in general, also in languages. I want to do this exam. I put my name over there and will pass. Then I have the license since this year, around 15 years ago, a long time.
Wow, great, congratulations. And how many languages do you speak fluently, if can I ask you?
Okay, now around 4. My mother tongue is Valencian language because in Spain, you know that we speak Spanish, but of the other languages, like in my special region, is Valenciano, Valencian language, similar than Catalan, but so different at the same time. Because really in Spain, we have 5 languages. All people 5 languages, not only Spanish, no. Spanish, Valenciano, Catalan, in the north, Euskera, by el País Vasco, y Gallego, 5. Then I speak Valencian language, Spanish, Italian, because I was living in Italy also, English, and now I'm learning French, the new language.
Great.
Too much.
Because I know that it's similar or it's from the same family somehow with the Catalan. Do you understand, for example, do you understand Catalan language as well?
Yes, of course. We can understand between us.
Each other.
But some words are so different. For example, tomato, the word tomato, in Valencian language is tomata. In Catalonian, tomaca. only one letter is the difference in the word.
Okay. So
And
probably
the grammar,
writing.
vocabulary is similar but different, and both are recognized as different languages.
Oh, great. So probably just the writing would be difficult for you if you would have to write immediately a Catalan text. To speak or to
Not
understand each
for
other,
me,
it's
because
easier.
if you speak Valencian language, you can understand and you can speak also Catalonian, but it's so different for the rest of the people from Spain.
I
For
see.
example, one person from the south, from Andalusia, they speak only Spanish. They're not possible to understand the other languages into Spain, for example.
And as well, I know that the most difficult of all, it's the language spoken in País Vasco. Is it right?
Oh, so different, because so different that everything.
Yeah.
I don't understand nothing. I have a lot of friends in the north of Spain. I was there several times during the summer. When they speak between them in Euskera, it's impossible to understand nothing.
And French gonna be your fifth language now to understand well?
Yes, I hope so.
You are
Because
learning it
some
right now.
people, it's similar also between the Italian, between the Valencian and Spanish. Some words, when I read it, I can understand, but when I try to explain or I try to speak, that's more difficult for me. But I want to do.
Okay, great.
Now I have time to learn it now.
Unfortunately, yeah, we have too much free time because of this situation. So let's continue with this theme. When exactly, not by date and hour, but when and how did you receive the news about COVID-19, the so-called coronavirus?
Okay, at the beginning of March, on the TV, on the news, newspaper, I saw the coronavirus everywhere, coronavirus, coronavirus. What is this? It starts from China, then right through Europe, and finally into Spain. And arrives in one moment so difficult for us, because on March we start the new season for the tourists, no? We start to work normally. It's the high season for us. And also we have a special Fallas Festival, the most important party in my city. We have a lot of groups, a lot of work normally during this week.
The typical Valencian celebrations, yeah, Farias.
Yes, it's the biggest one celebration into Spain, in Valencia, and this special festival, the Valencia Festival, is the Fallas, is the name, Fallas, is in the UNESCO's list. It's recognized like a World Heritage. I recommend it to see something else on internet or to find the monuments, because Valencia during 5 days became as an open air museum, because in each corner you can see more than 700 monuments made in papier-mâché. That's so beautiful, unique in the world, and so special.
This
Then
is like
plus a lot of tourists, you can imagine. Then a lot of people, they want to prepare the trips, the travels to arrive to Spain to visit and enjoy the festival.
of course.
And only 3 years before to start the festival, arrived the news about the virus. And then
so this festival in 2020 was all cancelled.
Was cancelled, yes, because the government, they said they established the lockdown. Then all people, they have to keep at home, stay at home. Only you can go out to shop food or the pharmacy or take a walk with your dog. If not, stay at home.
Yeah.
Just one day working, and the next day stop all the activities around Spain.
Yeah, we don't have the right or the possibility to blame anybody or anyhow, but if we think about Brazil, before the carnival, which was in February, they didn't had almost at all coronavirus cases, and now we can see how much it spread, because during the carnival, which they didn't cancelled, I don't know if there were any intentions to cancel it or not, they didn't cancel it, so we can see how many cases are there now. Maybe without the carnival in 2020, their situation would be also much better, and they wouldn't have been losing so many lives.
I know, I understand the situation that in different countries appear in different moments. I don't know, it's all new for all people and for all governments, and then to establish the rules to do is so difficult, I think so. For example, in Venice, remember in February, they canceled also the special carnival, the most important part in Italy.
Exactly. Well, what's your personal opinion about coronavirus? From where it has the origins, in your personal opinion? I know we maybe will never learn this. We never find out. It's from a lab, secret lab. Doesn't matter if accidentally or by purpose was let out, or from the Wuhan animal market. What do you think?
Okay, I'm not sure because I'm not a specialist about this. I'm not a sanitarian or something else. But I'm thinking about, I saw the news on the newspaper around the world, not only from Spain, in different places. And I think that this is the third world war. I think that the two special audience, the two special countries, they have the power around the world, you know, US and China. And who was the winner, no? I think so that the virus starts in China, I'm sure, and then distribute around the world. It's so difficult, it's so horrible because stop the economy around the world in this capitalist war. It's so difficult to continue with the virus until we don't have the antidote.
Exactly. And what's your opinion? How do you see the future of tourism in the post-coronavirus era?
The future, it's so. I hope I want to thinking about on positive. No, at the beginning of the crisis on March, I think that okay, this crisis maybe stop the economy around 2-3 months and stop. But now my opinion is changing because depends of the different cases around of the different countries. It's so difficult for the tourists. For example, if you cut some countries, you cannot travel around the world. That's so really awful for us. For example, for me, I have a lot of clients or customers from Italy. And Italy is another special country, and they have a lot of debts, you know.
Yeah.
Then now, it's not possible to travel. Maybe the next month. I hope that the people maintain or keep to trust to traveling. They won't continue traveling around the world as soon as possible with the new rules, with the keep distance, with the different things. But they have to trust that the traveling is a good idea because in different places we put the new rules to make a safety tourism.
Exactly. About that part of traveling safe, what do you think, and which are now the recommendations for Valencia, or which are the rules there? What do you expect when you will open the beaches, the hotels in Valencia region?
In general, the government and the most important investigation areas, they decide the same that around the world. Clean your hands, use the mask, keep distance around 2 meters between the people. Maybe in the future, we have to continue to work, but not with a biggest group like before, around 25 or 30, 40 persons. No, maybe only 10, 15. The small groups, keep distance, clean your hands, use masks, different rules, different life.
And any date, you have already any date when the international tourism will open in Valencia?
It's so difficult to thinking about the date because in different countries it's so different. Into Spain now, we are starting to go out on the streets. but we have different steps, step by step. We have different numbers. Number 1, 2, 3.
Different levels, yeah.
Exactly. It's also different levels. Then, if you pass one level, you can continue until you arrive to the last one. It's suppose into Spain when we arrive to the last one and open the doors to attract the more tourists, maybe at the end of January.
Only. So this summer you don't expect a big amount of tourists?
This summer, I think no. This summer they want to promote the national travels for the
internal tourism, yeah.
Maybe at the beginning of the October, November, the cruise ships they'll come back to the coast of the Mediterranean area, and maybe we start to work within small groups. Before, it's so difficult for the different countries, not only from Spain. Remember the same. If the Italian people, they don't open the doors to attract the other tourists or close, it's not possible for the transport, for the flights. Because the tourism is all things, not only the guides or the restaurants or the hotels or the different things. A lot of jobs, a lot of people working.
Speaking about internal or national tourism in Spain, which areas do you guide usually? Are you guiding in which areas, except or outside Valencia, if you have a national guide license or something like that? And if you are guiding Spanish groups abroad, for example, which was your best place where you were guiding so far?
Okay, but normally I'm a local guide. I guiding in Valencia, in my city, with different tours now. But also I was living in the south, in Granada. Remember, I was talking about this. Then I was there around 3 years, more or less. Then Granada and Seville, and the different places over there. Also, when I was more young at the beginning, I had road trips like you, within small groups from Spain. I traveled, remember, to Italy to see Rome, Florence, and the most important cities, of course, and also Andalusia in the south of Spain. And my city, my favorite city, into Spain, my city, of course. Except my city.
Where you've been guiding so far?
China.
Which was your perfect? Yeah, China.
Yes, China. I remember 3 years ago, I was traveling there with a special event. I was in China, in Shanghai.
Great.
Also in Italy, also in England, in London.
Okay, so you've been in different countries, of course, around the world, not only guiding, traveling as well. Tell us, please, your top 3, your personal top 3 favorite cities in the world, except your birthplace, except Valencia, of course.
Okay, the first one for me is the Big Apple, New York, of course, in US. I was so impressed when I arrived there for the first time, because with the special buildings, so big old things, the streets like the films, it's real, no? It's really, really beautiful. The Central Park and everything, the museums, the shops. New York, for me, is the best one, the first one.
Number one, yeah? So we go from top down. Okay, the second one?
The second one for me in Italy is Florence, in the north.
Firenze.
Not Rome, not Venice, not Florence. Why? Because for me it's so special. It's really small if you compare with the other cities, but this is the kilometer zero, the center for me of Italy and the origin from the Renaissance, for the art. I study history of art and it's so important for me. The culture, the monument and everything. Also around of Italy, you have a lot of culture, a lot of history. But Florence for me is so, so special, so beautiful and lovely city.
Great.
And also
and the third one?
The gastronomy, of course.
Oh, okay. Italy. What's your favorite food from there, except pizza and spaghetti? Because this everybody knows that.
Where's the pasta?
Italy, pasta only,
Pasta,
or some
pizza,
special?
The ice cream also, so beautiful, so really, really good. But the ice cream you can find now everywhere. For me, so special, maybe the pizza, because pizza you can see in the supermarket, of course, but the best one is in Naples, in the south of Italy, because the origin of the pizza is over there, the Margherita pizza,
Wow.
for the name of the queen.
Like
You know,
paella, it comes from Valencia, yeah? The
exactly.
pizza, it
Paella
comes
is the
from
most famous dish around of
Napoli.
Spain, but is from Valencia, because in Valencia we produce a lot of rice, you know, in the
Exactly.
Albufera. And then we invented the paella. But the traditional paella is made, remember, only with
Chicken
meat,
and rabbit.
not seafood. Exactly, good.
That was my favorite as
The
well.
best paella.
Yeah. Okay, and which is the third favorite city?
The
Number
third,
3?
Granada. For me, Granada is so special. Remember, I was living there, and it's really, really nice. Why? Because it's a small city in the south of Spain, but this city has all things. You have the Sierra Nevada, the snow mountains at the top, if you want to do different kinds of sports. You have the cultural area in the city, in the center also. And you have the Alhambra, the Red Castle, the most important monument and the most visited into Spain now. And also the gastronomy, the traditional tapas. Another particular about the Spanish gastronomy, no? And in Granada, you have a lot of bars with a lot of tapas. So cheapest also. Then it's really, really good.
Great. Before the very last part and question, please tell a few names, a few recommendations, like Ciudad de las Artes y las Ciencias, just a few names, must-seen spots of Valencia, in your opinion, for those who haven't been yet, maybe in Valencia, or for those who've been, but maybe they missed these spots. Not the usual regular city tour, I mean. Tell me your opinion, some interesting spots in Valencia that you would recommend.
Okay, my city is so special like Granada because we have all things. We have the sea, the Mediterranean Sea, and the beach. If you want to the sun, to enjoy the sun and the special area open air. You have a lot of parks like the riverbed, the Turia Gardens, so beautiful if you want to do different kinds of sports also. But we have also the city center, the historical, like the museums, like the cathedral, or the most important religious from the cathedral is the Holy Grail. The original Holy Grail, recognized by the Pope of Rome, is in the Cathedral of Valencia and the history around, no? And also we have the contrast, the old and the new, the city of art of science, the modern part of Valencia, the Calatravas complex. Calatrava is a famous Valencian architect, and he designed a special complex in his city, no? And you can see the Science Museum, the Opera House, the Umbracle, the special three-dimensional cinema, and also the Agora, the blue building is the last one, like became in a few months in a new modern museum of art. And finally, we have also another thing more. We have the biggest aquarium in Europe, the Oceanographic, all together in around 3 kilometers more or less, and really close to the beach. Then you have a lot of things, and you can choose which one is your best. Depends on your interest. Now, if you want to see the old things, if you want to see the new one, the gardens, if you want to do the sports, if you want to eat a good gastronomy also. Not only the paella, also the horchata. Remember the horchata?
Of course. Tell us shortly from where it comes the name, this legend, and then we arrive to the last part.
Yeah, it's made by like another tiger nut because it's growing under the earth. Came in Valencia for the first time since the Muslim, remember? And then it's so easy to do because you mixed the sugar, water, and the nuts all together to make the horchata, the drink. It's the golden liquid. is for the name, or is gold in Valencian language.
That's the origin. The origin
yeah,
comes
remember
from?
James the first, the person who conquered Valencia, when he arrived for the first time, he tasted the drink and he said, "This is the best I've ever drank. This is gold." And they put the name. It's a small legend.
Great, great. Thank you. Thanks for all these recommendations, Amparo. In the end, please, if you could tell a message, your personal message for the tourists who intend to visit, hopefully this summer or this autumn, or when the situation will let this possible, who would like to visit Spain. So a message first for the tourists, because we, tourist guides and all the agents and everyone in this job, we work with tourists. So first a message for them, they are our clients, right? And then another message for your and our colleagues, for the tourist guides and agents. What's your message now during these hard times, during this pandemic? And you can repeat the message in not so too long, in a shorter way, maybe in the very end of the interview in Spanish as well, please.
Okay, perfect. My first message is for the tourists. I hope that they continue traveling, because this situation will be changed and we put the new rules on the safety and the security measures to become as a good place for travel. Then they have to trust to continue traveling around the world. Maybe at first they continue traveling inside of the countries. It's so good, because an idea is to make or to help to increase in the economy in your country. And maybe in the future, when they open the door for the other countries, maybe you continue traveling around the world. But at first, keep at home, keep in your country, and try to discover the history, the art of the culture, because we are habituated to traveling around the world. But maybe will you know the special monument that you have behind your home? Maybe try to discover it. That's the moment.
And for the tourist guides and our colleagues in tourism around the world?
The second message is for my colleagues, for my friends, for the other local guides. Try this moment to continue studying languages, the new courses about the history, about art, to make or create the new routes, maybe in your place, in your city, in your country. Why not? Finally, all these kind of things, I'm sure that in the future became our professions, our life maybe. They will change, but it's in a positive sense. And maybe we will make much better.
We hope so. Let's hope it will be like that. And now the very last part in Spanish, please, the same message for tourists, for tourist guides, as you wish, please.
Ok. El primer mensaje que comentaba y que dedico a los turistas es poder viajar, seguir viajando. Viajar no solo por el mundo, en otros países, viajar dentro de España. Conocer lo que tenemos en nuestras ciudades. Y de redescubrir de nuevo, por ejemplo, Valencia o la ciudad donde tú vives. Y el mensaje que quiero dar a otros colegas, a otros compañeros, a otros guías, es el que aprovechen este momento para seguir formándose, seguir aprendiendo otros idiomas, creando nuevas rutas, porque todo esto hará que seamos mejores profesionales.
Muchísimas gracias. Thank you so much, Amparo, for this great travel chat here by OLiTravel. I wish you good luck. I wish you, as well as for myself, to start work as soon as possible in safety, and without any dangers like coronavirus or nothing even similar like that.
No, please, no. It was a pleasure for me. Thank you, Oli, to invite you to this interview. I hope to see as soon as possible with a lot of tourists around. I hope to work with you, maybe in the future with the different places and discover again Valencia by the local guides.
Yeah, for sure. If we're gonna visit with our groups Spain, we will pass by Valencia as well. And I really miss that beautiful region, that beautiful city with all its parts, with the historical as well as with the modern new Ciudad de las Artes y las Ciencias. It's a wonderful city, and I just can recommend everyone to go and visit Valencia. So, Amparo, muchísimas gracias again. Take care, stay
You
safe,
too.
and let's keep in touch. Good
Keep
luck.
in touch.
Thank
Goodbye,
you.
Oli. Bye.
Muchísimas gracias.
De
Chao.
nada.